Alright, recording started. Let me see if I could add Mario.
Alright.
Think I added him. Hello?
Hey,
Hey, welcome.
okay.
Tony, are you here too?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Alright, cool. Think we got everybody.
Yep.
Okay, let's get started then.
Sounds good. Who's gonna have like the master RTM or whatever?
Um, Tony, do you want to do it since you're the actual group leader?
Yeah, I can.
Alright, well, I guess just start at the beginning, defining the problem. Uh, how about just what should be done about the problem of opiate abuse and overdose in Northeast Ohio? I was gonna do Mahoning Valley, but I figured if we sort of do like Northeast Ohio, we might be able to find more data and like lengthen our speech a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. Got it.
Okay.
How important is the problem?
All right. I actually found some data on this 1 second.
Okay.
You know, what if we did like a Google Docs kind of thing so that we could like fill in real time? How would you guys feel about something like that?
That'd be a lot better.
Be better.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I could start something real fast and invite you guys. 1 sec. I mean, you guys all have Google accounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just to make this easier, would you guys mind like texting your names and I'll add you?
Yeah.
Wait, where'd you want us to text our names out?
Just to the group chat, just so
Uh,
it's easier. Alright, I got everybody's but Mario's so far.
uh, there we go. Did you get it?
Yeah. Let me add you. Alright, I think everybody has been shared with.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So we just typing like in here, like under, like define the problem, like A. We just typing in that.
Yeah, I
Like it's
guess if you find like
okay.
any data you want to throw down or anything like that.
All right.
Other than just like these statistics I found, does anybody else have anything they want to add to how important the problem is?
Time and make sure
Uh,
I actually think that having the statistics for how important it is probably the best thing that we're going to find.
Yeah, because you can just kind of blast
Yeah, it's like
with
actual
facts.
proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. I wasn't sure if anybody else had any other ideas though.
Yeah, I think facts and statistics are just the best way. Okay. Do we need to define special terms or words at all? Probably not.
I don't think so.
I mean, if we wanted to be really generic, I mean, we could define like what differs opioids from like other drugs. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, probably just
we
yeah,
probably
that's
should
probably
do
the best.
that.
Define what an opioid is.
And then you could just mention like heroin and fentanyl as being the worst.
Yeah, we could definitely use because fentanyl's that new drug, right? That's coming around. It's really deadly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And oftentimes heroin is laced with fentanyl, so like people can OD a lot
Yeah.
easier if they don't know.
Yeah, same with like cocaine now too.
What and who is affected by the problem? How?
Community, economy, is probably just the best.
Mm-hmm. If we wanted to be really specific for that one too, we could talk about like vulnerable populations, like lower income people.
Yeah. Does that pretty much wrap up this portion of define the problem? Or wait, what specifically are the problems?
Yeah.
Uh,
Overdose.
I have a lot for the causes of the problem for part D. I found quite a bit,
Ah,
so I'll throw that down right now.
the thing for what specifically are the problems?
Mm, I thought I had something for that, but I have to find it.
For E, I'm the one that put down the like lack of education. I put training as far as like physicians oversubscribe or yeah, overprescribing like prescription opioids and stuff might be a
Oh
thing
yeah,
to
that's
go.
very
Yeah.
true. Because I remember, like, I just went to the doctor just because I had like a fever, and they gave me a massive prescription of steroids that I didn't even use.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. For for E, what is causing the causes? We could also put like, I'm trying to think, like how accessible it is, especially in modern times.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Yeah. What does it mean by develop criteria and limitations?
Um, yeah, I'm not too sure what that's asking for, like what
Yeah.
that wants us to do.
I guess we'll just skip over that for now then.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so generate potential solutions, evaluate solutions, and or wait, first. Does the solutions have limitations, moral, legal, institutional policies? Um, I'd say one thing is financial, definitely because rehabilitation programs can be very
Yeah,
costly,
I
Hmm.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
and that's one issue that has caused a lot of downfall to rehabilitation originally. What could be a third requirement for solution?
That's what I'm trying to look for.
One of my ideas for a possible solution was not necessarily prevention, but like treatment of like overdoses. So like increase the prevalence and like education of naloxone, which is the like that the drug you give to somebody that ODs and then
Yeah,
brings them back.
Okay. Yeah,
kind
I've
of
heard.
like
Like Narcan?
Yeah.
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 Um,
Well, so you're saying like teach more about that, or
Like teach about it and maybe make it more accessible. Like you know how like
Kind of
if
like an EpiPen form or something like that,
yeah,
or
yeah, something like that. You know how like there's the AEDs and on the walls and stuff like that.
hmm
If like Narcan was more accessible like that, I don't know, it might help. And like if people were educated about it.
but there could be like negative effects to that if we present that because it could be like, well, people are probably not going to be so worried about overdosing then because
yeah,
like,
because
oh,
then they're just
Narcan,
gonna OD and then just keep on using that if they know they can
get it really.
get it.
Yeah, that's true.
And
But
if it helps.
I mean it's definitely something to talk about though at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And it would probably get expensive too. 'Cause I think I have down here it's like 40 to 80 bucks for each Narcan kit.
See what if then again we went with like medical marijuana in Colorado has been used to treat addiction
Yeah,
and
we
it's
could
much cheaper.
yeah, we could definitely hit on something like that.
Yeah.
I'd say make that just like the last important because it says list them in order of importance. Just make
Yeah, I
medical
just
marijuana.
started typing like it. I didn't put it in order.
What about for the limitations? Wouldn't you say kind of that teaching a lot of more about drug use is kind of taboo in a lot of schools?
I
Yeah.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think especially after how much like because remember Dare was a big thing when
Yeah.
like we were younger, and then all of a sudden now they've taken it out because it's completely reversed what their goal was.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I put legal under the medical marijuana part. Would you say there would also be like moral implications to it?
Yeah, I was gonna
Hmm.
suggest that. I think that we should add it.
It's just like to me, it seems strange to like treat drug addiction with another illegal substance.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Brainstorm ideas for solutions.
We kind of just did that. That's weird that with this question it kind of pops up again.
I don't.
I guess kind of just start throwing down broken up parts of what we said.
Okay, so start teaching about drug use at a younger age.
Increase funding for rehabilitation programs.
Mm-hmm. And then
What about better resources for people who may relapse?
that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Because, I mean, that's the biggest issue, I think, with people trying to kick addiction that I've heard from people I've known that have been addicted.
Yeah,
They
relapse
always
for
say
sure.
it's so hard to not go back, and that's what always happens, they relapse. Okay. Okay, so evaluate each of those possible solutions. So, I guess just start at the top and go down. So, how good could implementing drug education be? Like, what are positives and negatives to it?
I mean, it exposes them to like the reality of it at a young age,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
but the
It
con
also,
is that we've grown up with that, and there's still people within our age that are overdosing and
exactly, and
following
a
that
lot
sort
of
of
people, I mean, anymore with how opinions on drugs are really changing in our generation, a lot of kids seem more like, that seems interesting and are more prone to try it, I think.
Yeah, I
Because I
could see
think
that.
that's kind of what happened with Dare again. It's like it blew up drug use in schools that it was used in. Should we just take out this "how good is the solution" thing by number one?
Yeah,
Uh,
was that already there?
Yeah, that was already there.
Hmm.
I think just take it out because
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I'd
kind of
say
just a
take it out.
basic question.
oh, Tony got disconnected. I didn't even notice.
Okay, I'm back now.
Oh,
Sorry.
Alright, let's try and finish this up.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like pretty much all we should do today. Is we'll just finish this up, and then later this week we can do the outline.
Yeah, because this is due first.
This is?
This is due Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing's due Wednesday for this?
No, that's
I thought
the
something was
informative.
due.
Yeah, it's just the
alright.
informative stuff, yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought
No,
something
so
was due
this
there.
is due Friday. So the earliest we can get this done, then we can just move on with our
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah, I
So
think we should just wrap this up today, send it in right after we're done, and then we can just get the outline done, like, later this week. I don't know, like,
Uh-huh.
once we figure out the next time to meet, finish the outline, and then actually move on to forming the speech altogether.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Alright.
Alright, let me find my sources then, real fast.
So, evaluate each possible solution. Let's wrap this up. So, rehabilitation programs. They're good because they help teach people how to deal with addiction, but there's not enough funding.
Teaching about drug use at a younger age. Um,
Did we just email this to her?
I'm not positive how we submit it. Oh, I did ask her about the time,
Mhm.
and she said she didn't really answer my question. She just said that she won't stop grading if we go over 20 or 30 minutes.
Okay.
So
I guess
think
we just
we'll
stick to
shoot
it.
for 20.
Well, I think, yeah, just pretty much we do what it says each person should be like 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, again, just we each take a section, introduction, and whatnot. That'd probably just be the easiest way.
Yeah.
What do we want to say about marijuana?
I would say that it helps curb addiction, and it really, by legalizing it, helps fund rehabilitation programs a lot, because that's what Colorado's done,
Yeah.
so it can help that. It also helps people from relapsing, I think, is some of the stuff I've read.
Alright.
What time is the informative speech due on Wednesday?
I have no idea. Let me see.
I think it says by
I think 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Yeah.
So it's technically due Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
You guys record yet for that?
Nah. I'll
I'll
probably do it
probably do it
Tuesday.
tomorrow.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
Don't forget, you guys need to have 3 people in the room when you record it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also our persuasive topic is due Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh my god, Wednesday? Jeez.
I know. And then it's due on the 26th.
It's not too bad.
Are there
I
any
found a good.
specific guidelines for the persuasive? Do you know?
I think they're about the same as the informative.
Does it have to be?
the outline's
It
just
doesn't have to be
different.
like on a person or anything, right? I mean, I
I
don't even
don't
know how that
think
would work.
so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It just made it very clear, like, take a side of an argument, make it very clear what side you're on, and just stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
I found a good article that we can use. We're using APA or MLA for this.
I thought APA just because it says like references at the bottom and not works cited, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
let's just do APA then.
Okay.
Okay, what's a good thing for the evaluation for better resources for people who may relapse?
Um,
maybe like support groups and stuff,
Yeah.
not like AA.
And then for the increased funding for rehab programs,
Hmm.
we obviously need the funding in order to keep groups like that going.
Yeah, it would increase just their resources,
Yeah.
make sure everybody gets what they need.
All right. Let's solve the problem by eliminating the cause, the effect, combination of both.
Oh my god.
Not too sure what part C of number two like is expecting for an answer. Like the question is, what specifically are the problems? Is it just like people are ODing or what? What does it want?
Let me see.
I mean, that's what I wrote. I wasn't sure if that's what it's looking for.
Yeah, pretty much. I just
I
go
would say
with it.
so.
And then I wasn't sure what to put for B right above it.
I feel like that's what we're doing throughout the whole thing. So
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I don't know what we're supposed to have already.
pretty much, though, at least where we're at now, it's definitely passing. um, how would it solve the problem? So let's see. Number one, teaching kids and telling them about drugs definitely would be eliminating the cause, so trying to eliminate the desire to use. And two,
I think rehab would eliminate both.
yeah, that's what I think. It would kind of eliminate the root and eliminate the effect.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. Because it would be like, it would eliminate the cause, which would be like the desire. It would help kind of make people be disgusted by the use of drugs, and then the effect, which would be addiction.
Agreed.
I hate these huge questionnaires. They're so annoying.
Yeah.
It's just this whole thing is pretty much just 3 pages of questions that are all the same thing in different ways to say them.
Yes. Okay, for marijuana use, it would be the effect, because it would sort of help alleviate some of the hardcore users if it was more accessible
Yeah.
to them.
I think that definitely would be a fact. Number 5 would definitely be probably a combination of both again, because it's for rehab and about increasing funds, so it would just make it more available.
I hate when Google Docs doesn't cooperate. It's like formatting or whatever.
Yeah, really weird.
And then better resources for those who relapse. I think it would be,
Probably
I feel like effect, because if they've relapsed, they've already been.
Well, it would prevent relapse, so it would prevent effect. So yeah.
Yeah.
How would you rank the solutions?
Hmm. Solutions.
So, what would you say, guys, would be the best solution?
Um.
Let's see.
Probably just rehab.
Yeah, I'd go with either rehab or the resources for relapse, because like you said earlier, like a lot of it comes from people who relapse. So if we could do something to maybe like minimize that amount, I think we'd see it translate really well.
Mm-hmm.
But rehab's honestly a safe answer to go with.
So number two, I'd definitely go with then. I say the relapse support.
Great.
Number three, funding increase, marijuana, or education.
I'd say funding.
Yeah. And you think medical marijuana would probably be number four?
Yeah.
And finally, education.
So we need to do 3, 4, and 5 still.
They just keep throwing stuff at us.
That's okay.
Which ones? 5?
It's the one after how would it solve the problems, and how it's like how well would it solve the problems.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I see it.
And then how well would it satisfy the criteria? Oh,
I think that has to relate to the limitations and criteria thing that we didn't understand.
that was like that whole section though, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was like, yeah. Oh, wait, where was that?
Oh, okay. I understand now.
Ah,
Um, How well would it solve the problem? Well,
Very well.
teaching it in school, I feel like it helps minimally because they've done it for years and it's just
Yeah.
not great.
And number two, rehab. It's helped significantly, but not vastly.
Yeah.
Medical marijuana, then, it seems to have helped pretty majorly, but it's hard to really gauge it on a national basis since it's just been legalized in a few states.
Yeah, I agree. It has potential. Better resources for those who relapse. I feel like this could be substantial. However, it's not really set in motion, so it's hard to tell.
Okay, increase funding for rehab programs. I think it would solve the problem pretty well because it'd make it much more available.
Agreed.
So.
How well would it satisfy the criteria? Are there any that it would not satisfy?
Would there be any unfavorable consequences, any extra benefits?
Mm. How well would it satisfy the criteria? I mean, I guess teaching in schools would satisfy the criteria.
What do they mean by criteria? Again?
I think it's like what we established as like the solution.
Okay.
It's just worded awkwardly, so I don't know how to answer it.
Yeah. Rehab programs. Any unfavorable consequences, extra benefits?
I mean, benefits, it gets them off the street.
Medical marijuana. Unfavorable consequences, any you guys can think of? I
Uh,
mean, it's really, really controlled when it is legalized.
Yeah, I mean,
So I don't see anything.
I would say if anything, like, yeah, I don't know, because like you said, it's super controlled. That could be a
Yeah.
benefit of it, like an extra benefit. It would be like it couldn't be like abused due to
I wouldn't say that because
strict limitations.
people still get drugs.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that could be an unfavorable consequence then.
Okay. I think as far as we can just take out increased funding as any extra benefits or unfavorable consequences because I don't really see.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I think we should just take out. Same with the relapse. I don't think there'd be any extra benefits that we haven't discussed or any negative consequences. So I think we should just stick with 1, 2, 3. That.
Okay, implement solution. What steps would need to be taken to put the solution into effect?
I say legalizing marijuana because it would increase the funding that would be needed for the relapse programs and increase rehab programs that are more readily available, as well as give a non-addictive substance that helps curb the addiction of opioids?
Okay, legalizing marijuana because it would increase funding for rehab programs that are more readily available, as well as give.
A non-addictive, um, a cheap source to curb addiction.
Cheap source to curb addiction.
Do you think we should mention anything about doing further studies about like its effect on curbing addiction, or
Uh,
because I didn't, I'm not like doubting you or anything. I mean, I believe it, but I was just
yeah, I
curious
know
if.
what you mean, but there's skeptics always, and that's what we need to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I just don't know. Like, where would we? I guess we could just throw a few sources, like just a few pieces of evidence in. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like the one article I found that will come in handy is how medical marijuana could help end the opioid epidemic.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. So that's something that this will come in handy.
As far as part B, that might be like one of the more difficult steps is to like
Oh yeah,
convince
Yeah.
legalizing.
to legalize that, and not, and also that it's going to be beneficial for this
Yeah,
specific problem.
I think that'd probably be about the only most difficult step. Getting marijuana legalized to fund everything. And I think pretty much the best way to put how would it be overcame is just educate, educate, educate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then if that's most difficult, then the least difficult would probably be like once it is legalized, getting these programs started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting marijuana. Okay, what did we say for least difficult? Sorry.
Just
It's like,
implementing the programs.
yeah, like once it's legalized, just actually implementing the program would probably be easy.
Okay. Okay.
So that wraps up that, and now we're back to the
Satisfying the
criteria. I just don't understand it. Does it mean like the criteria of the speech, like the rubric?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I don't know. Let me see. Because one of the sections that we did was outline criteria for an acceptable solution. So I feel like it's talking about, like, would it satisfy the criteria that we've set up for the solution?
Or like, wait for the like outline of the speech, kind of like that other.
I think so.
I have that pulled up. So attention getter. Like, let's see. How are we going to do the PowerPoint?
What do you mean?
It says a PowerPoint is required for the group speech also.
You'd
It'll just
probably just make one and then you record yourself doing whatever slides are yours. It's like if there's 6
Yeah.
slides and like I do 2, 2, 2 or whatever. I don't know.
So we'll just do our own little PowerPoints for whatever section we decided to do each.
We could do that, or we could just make one big one and say like 3 of them, 3 or 4 for my part, and then I only
Yeah.
use those 3 or 4, and then you use whatever section you have.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, I don't think. But
Yeah, we can figure that out once we get to doing the outline later this week.
yeah.
Because what do we decide? Like, there's only going to be like 3 main parts, including the introduction, or not including the introduction and conclusion.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we have number 4, and then we have part B all the way up here. We still haven't done. But are we just not going to do that? Because I'm not really too sure what to put for it.
Where at
It was the one about, like, what facts have you gathered?
Yeah, I don't see how we're supposed to. Like, it's just all.
Unless I did, like, outside sources, see references,
yeah.
interview,
Yeah, I do that.
not
None.
applicable, and then observation.
Seen through being in Youngstown, pretty much. We've seen how it's affected the economy and how it's affected the community. I mean, the homeless rate is massive, too, in Youngstown.
The what in Youngstown?
The homeless rate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
And that's definitely, because that's a huge cause of addiction.
No, I'll just do Northeast Ohio since that's our, like,
Premise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess that's good.
Alright, now just how well would it satisfy the criteria?
And chances are we recording this right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we even actually need to record? Because I doubt our professor actually listens to it. We should probably ask about that.
She sent me an email and she said that she listened to ours that I sent her an email about.
Oh, okay.
She said it was good or something.
Yeah. She said that our topic was good and we had good discussion. So
Cool.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we're moving along.
Well, it says for A, it said list 3 or 4 criteria in order of importance, and we just listed like the rehab programs, the medical marijuana, and like the teaching of kids. So I don't know what like how well it would satisfy the criteria. I don't get it at all. Oh, well.
Yeah.
So basically just
I think we should just put like one thing that everything just blends together to meet a satisfied, well-rounded speech topic. Everything just goes together. Instead of doing these 5 things, you just boom.
I wonder if for the part A where it was list 3 or 4 criteria, I wonder if instead of like actually putting specific like programs, if we were supposed to just put like decrease like overdoses, improve the like economy and decrease homelessness.
yeah, because then that's where we put. Because then in A we had brainstorm for ideas.
Brainstorming, the ideas are all those.
All right, so do you want me to change it to that then?
Yeah, we can.
All right, so
Yeah,
decrease.
criteria is probably more like a broad topic rather than like the specific like we did for the ideas.
Um,
Do you still just want to have one main thing for the how well would it satisfy, or like three or whatever?
where are you at?
Oh, just back to number 4. How well would it satisfy the criteria? Do we just want to have one thing then for it?
Oh wait, no, I get it now. Since we're changing like what the goal is, like what are the main requirements?
Yeah.
Decrease overdose rate, decrease drug use, increase programs. I guess that would be our three things we could use. Then we just kind of
Go by each
the
idea
five
that we
brainstorm
have.
things. Then each one we define how it meets those.
Yeah.
I didn't catch what you said for the three.
For the three, do I guess we could do the decrease the rate of overdoses, which you put decrease availability of drugs, increase availability of programs.
All right. Just increase the number of rehab programs, or did you say something else?
No, that was pretty much it.
That's what I figured. All right.
All right. Teaching kids about drug use at a younger age. How do we think it fits the criteria?
Well, it would, in a way, it would decrease overdoses just because it would sway people away from it early on.
Got it. Rehabilitation programs. How are we feeling?
Mm, I don't know. This is sort of weird now.
Yeah. Maybe we should have stuck with the one kind of how everything goes together.
Let's just switch it and just say like cohesively together they could all work and help in some way
Yeah.
to decrease the overdoses of opioids.
You
Here's a
want
good.
that for part A, or
I think we should just do that for 4 for how it satisfies the criteria.
all right? Yeah, you could put something like that. Sounds good to me.
I found a good quote for us to use for legalizing. 2014 study published by JAMA Internal Medicine examined data between 1999 and 2010, found that states with medical marijuana laws lowered opioid use by 25%.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And that's just medical. I wonder how significant of change it is now with recreational in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
When used cohesively, all of our ideas can help minimize drug overdoses in some way. Anything else we should add?
Let me see. Instead of put some way, make it more concrete. When used cohesively, you can see how it could decrease use and increase the programs that will also decrease use. It's kind of like a circle of life, I guess.
When used cohesively, you can see how drug use minimize
Are we missing anything else, or is this the last thing?
I think this is the last thing.
I'm just
Besides, don't forget there is the individual portion of this, which is only like what 2 questions, I think, 2, 3.
I didn't even put that in there. Do we need to do that too? Because how would
No,
we?
it's individual, so I figured we could just save this file and then just do blend, copy and paste it from the regular one onto this.
Like, don't we only submit one of these though?
Yeah, I think we just submit the main, like one per group.
I think the individual part was like we were each supposed to do that, and then when we got together, we mixed that together into part two, and part two is what we submit.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
well,
so.
we pretty much did that then.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm sure if we are wrong in that, our professor will tell us.
Yep.
okay, I just am trying to figure out how to word this so it makes sense.
When used cohesively, one can see how drug overdoses can be increased by legalizing marijuana because the tax revenue would increase rehabilitation programs that would decrease use and decrease opioid availability. No, it wouldn't decrease opioid availability. This is a hard one. Just getting the wording.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just hard to. Okay, when used cohesively, one can see how drug overdoses
ED.
the decrease
Uh,
If you want to skip that last part, I threw something in the first sentence about like I
huh?
literally just put education in there. You think that's all right, or do you want to do a specific point for it?
No, just throw it in there.
Perfect.
I think that's pretty good.
Okay, so we finished this. Now the only question is, where do we submit it? Does it go on Blackboard or on the other website?
I imagine we just email it. That'd be my guess. Just email her. Like, do you have like a group number or something like that?
Group 3.
Yeah, I would just put group 3 RTM submission and send it to
Okay.
her.
Okay, cool. And then when is the best time for you guys to meet again?
I'm thinking Thursday for me.
Thursday would be the best for me as well.
Like, what time are you guys thinking? I have work at 2 on Thursday.
We could do it in the morning.
Yeah, if we did it earlier in the day, I'd probably be all right.
Yeah. So maybe
I
like
can try. I think I work until 3:30, but I can try to move that around.
Well, if not, it's no big deal because the outline's not due till the speech is due, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, even
yeah,
if we
just
met next weekend too, like
yeah.
on Sunday, like maybe the same time-ish.
We can always text a bit here and there to start forming up the
Yeah,
Yeah.
outline.
no pressure. We got this done. This was the big thing to get done.
Mhm.
Yeah, the outline kind of just falls into place along with the speech.
And I don't think the outline will even take that long now that we got this done.
Yeah, like just doing it for the informative speech wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I'll go ahead and email this to her, and I'll let you guys know what she says.
Sounds good. I'll upload this and then you could just put the link for the YouTube video with the email if you want. I'll send it to you when it's up.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All
Good work,
right.
guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Till next time. See
Yeah,
you,
I'll
everyone.
see you guys. See ya.
Talk to you later.